Hey guys, so I am really hungry and I'm always craving this Indian restaurant that's right by our house, but Matthew gets so irritated every time I order from there because one, they don't give you a lot of meat, as he says, and two, it's really expensive for what it is. But it's so good, the flavors are so good. So he's working right now, so I'm just gonna order it. Maybe we can see if he can make it better. Save us a little coin, you feel me? Let's see. Here it is! You guys have no idea. Solid gold. Oh, you see that? Y'all see that?
What'd you get? Oh, chicken curry?
Did you wash your hands?
No.
Freaking lunch.
Okay, let me see the curry. How much was this?
It was $15.99, but I didn't have to pay for the tip I normally pay for because I had to pick it up, so I kind of saved money.
No, this is way too expensive for this. Look how there's only 3 pieces of little chicken in here.
You eating it up? That's my lunch. Why are you talking about it's only 3 pieces of chicken in it?
No, it's very good. I think I can make this for a third of the price. So let's say you order Uber Eats, it's $20. Bite your damn
fingers off.
I'm just saying, you always order this place down the street. It costs $20 every time because you normally Uber Eats it. I know this time you got it. You went and picked it up. Yes. It's a little cheaper. 3 little pieces of chicken.
The best 3 pieces of chicken.
I will say this is very authentic. It's an excellent curry. I can make it for $5 to $6. I bet you can make it way cheaper, just as good if not better than this.
So what do I get if it's not better?
You can order from this place as much as you want, no matter what the cost is.
And you won't?
I won't say nothing. I'm that confident. Just as good, if not better than this.
Zip up.
I won't say anything. Shake with your right hand.
Making my arms wiggle.
Yep.
Bet.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're gonna make an authentic chicken curry. Nini always orders from this restaurant down the street. I think they're a little expensive.
It's so like, good though.
It's like
so
$15 to $20 a plate. Now they have a little bit of chicken in there. I think I can make more volume for cheaper and still have it be just as good. We're gonna get into it. Here we go. All right, let's get into this. As you can see here, I have a few spices, but before we start making the curry, we have to get our rice cooking first. We're using an aged basmati rice that we're gonna cook in a rice cooker to make it easy. It's very important to wash and rinse the rice until the water comes out clear. Next, we're gonna season the rice with a little bit of salt and add some whole spices for aromatics. We're gonna add a few bay leaves, about 5 cloves, a 2-inch piece of cinnamon, and some black cardamom pods. This is totally optional, but it does add some additional flavor to the rice. We're gonna pop it in the rice cooker and turn it on. Now, if you don't have a rice cooker, that's okay. You can just boil some water, cook the rice, and then strain it just like you would pasta. Next, we're gonna cut up some boneless, skinless chicken thighs into bite-sized pieces and add them to a bowl. You can also use chicken breast if you prefer it. We're gonna season the chicken with salt and pepper and a few tablespoons of a neutral oil. I like to use grapeseed oil, but you can also use avocado oil. Mix the chicken up and then place in the fridge until you're ready to cook it. Now, before we get into making our curry, we need to get our mise en place together. We wanna make sure everything's cut up before we start cooking. We need about half of a sweet onion for this recipe. We're gonna cut into it halfway vertically and then halfway horizontally, and that'll get us a perfect dice for this curry. Now, I didn't have any ginger garlic paste laying around, so we're gonna make some quickly. We're gonna take a 2-inch knob of ginger, peel it, and then we're gonna grate it nice and fine till we have about a tablespoon's worth. We're gonna do the same thing with the garlic. Take about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, peel them, and then we're gonna grate them nice and fine until we have about a tablespoon's worth of garlic. We're gonna take the ginger and garlic, mix it together, and that's our ginger garlic paste for this recipe. Next, we're going to cut up some tomatoes. You need about 2 or 3 medium-sized tomatoes. We're going to cut the ends off, slice them in half, julienne, and then cut them into little small dice. Keeping the tomato flesh in, we want that juice because it's going to give a nice sauce to our curry. Next, we're going to take a bunch of coriander. Make sure you rinse and wash your coriander. We're going to use it later on when we go to finish the curry. Now let's get ready to do some cooking. Right off the bat, this first step is optional. We're going to toast off some whole spices. It adds a lot of aromatics to the curry. You don't have to do this, but like I said, it's completely optional, but it does add some additional flavor to the curry. These spices included star anise, a few cloves, a cinnamon stick, a few black cardamom pods, 2 bay leaves, and about a half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Begin toasting the spices over low heat. It should only take around 3 minutes or so until you begin to smell them. In a large pan on medium heat, add 3 tablespoons of ghee. Add your diced onions, season with salt and pepper, and cook until translucent. Next, we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, saute until fragrant for around 1 minute. At this point, we can add our spices. We're going to do a half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of red chili powder, and half a teaspoon of coriander powder. We're going to add the whole spices back that we toasted off earlier and let that cook for just a few minutes. Once the spices are all mixed in with the onions, it's time to add the chicken to the pan. Cook the chicken for around 5 minutes, then cover the pan with a lid. While the chicken is cooking, we're going to slice 2 cheeks of lemon and add it to the sauce. It ends up being around 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. You can also use lime juice. I find that just a little bit of acid really brightens up the dish quite well. Next, we're going to add our diced tomatoes and season them with just a little bit of salt. We're going to finally chop our coriander that we washed earlier, and then we're going to add a splash of water to the curry. This is optional, but I find that little bit of water helps the tomatoes break down into the curry. Now, it's not curry without this. We're going to add a few teaspoons of Garam Masala powder and sprinkle on our fresh coriander that we chopped up earlier. Let the curry simmer for about another 5 to 10 minutes, and then you're ready to go. So I like to plate this a couple different ways, either with the rice on the side and the curry right next to it, or put the curry in a bowl and then spoon it onto your rice. We're going to garnish with a little bit of fresh coriander on top, and enjoy. How do you want? This is the one from the Indian restaurant.
You know what I noticed now?
It's sweet, isn't it?
Sweetness to it.
Yeah, like a little sugar or something.
That's gonna be hard to beat out.
I think it's because it has more tomatoes and there's more oil. So you can see
there's definitely
oil.
more oil.
You can see the oil's pulling up here. See that little red? See that? All right, so now we're gonna taste the one that I made. This is the one that I made. You see similar color.
Yours has a really nice freshness to it. The flavors are very similar though. Yours just feels like...
I think they're both good.
Fresher?
Theirs is swimming in sauce. It has a little more oil. I think where ours, it just has a little more of the floral notes. It just tastes a little fresher, I guess, but this is still excellent. I would eat this any day of the week. What do you think's better?
If I had to choose, I would pick yours.
Just because I'm your husband?
No, I really do like the flavor.
Okay.
And I really was looking forward to you not complaining about me ordering this every week. But I don't know, like I said, there's a sweetness that I didn't notice in this one before I tasted yours. And I appreciate that it's not as sweet.
My biggest thing is that you're going to spend $15 to $20 to go to the Indian restaurant and order this curry where you can make it at home for probably like $3.50, right? You guys should try this. Do it at home. I encourage you, cook at home. It's cheaper, it's fresher, it's more flavorful. Give it a try. Put a comment below if you end up making this. Until next time.
Peace.